currency for virality is genuine inspiration. Upworthy had some success when they were just putting out their content that was uplifting and that moved people. And that if you inspire somebody profoundly, they're gonna wanna share in a twinkle of that feeling. And that's what's gonna make them wanna share. So rather than the clickbaity impulse where we don't even know why we're clicking on it, we're seeing something, it's moving us, and we're telling our friends like, this is actually sublime and profound, and why don't you watch that? We live in the attention economy, and so everybody's trying to like secure a little bit of attention for their work or their brand or their sponsor, and I get that. But I think the approach to securing that attention, I think, is better if it's serving us with something awe-inspiring. There was that campaign a couple of years ago that TED sponsored with brands called Ads Worth Spreading. I'm like, well, if you can make a piece of content that sells your product or a brand, but is magnificent, then I'm happy to spread it. I don't know if you saw the Johnny Walker Dear Brother commercial. There was two filmmaker students that they were not even working with Johnny Walker. They made this beautiful film, a minute and a half, and then just kind of branded it Johnny Walker at the end. It's the most exquisite thing I've ever seen. Like, I watch it almost daily because it makes me cry. It's like so profoundly moving. Like, I'm grateful that that exists in the world. And that's an ad for Johnny Walker? Great. There was a iPad Air or iPod Air, or MacBook Air or whatever, one of the Mac products that took a speech from Robin Williams from Dead Poets Society. And it's about what is poetry. It's this beautiful monologue speech, and then they edited very similar to my shots of awe, with like, you know, beautiful stock footage of nature and people being creative and this and that. And it's Robin Williams voiceover, and it's a gorgeous ad for the MacBook Air. Gorgeous, but I mean, you know, it sells you something and inspires you at the same time. That's the model. There's a guy called John Hagel, and he wrote a book called The Power of Pull. And there's a chapter in there about engineering serendipity. And so serendipity, like, you know, it's like look for something, find something else, and realize that what you found is more conducive to your needs than what you thought you were looking for. That, I think, requires, you can cultivate that through, I think, for example, social networks. So who you follow on Twitter is really an investment in your future self and the serendipities that he or she will have. So in other words, who I choose to follow now is not, I'm a fan of this person necessarily, but this person wrote an interesting article, this person has an interesting book, this person has an interesting point of view on the world. I feel like one day tomorrow I'll be browsing my Twitter and they'll post something that might change my life. So you're investing in your future self by surrounding your media world, putting yourself as the node and connecting yourself to as much interestingness as possible and as much juxtaposition of different types of thinkers as possible, so that then your stream becomes a hotbed of like serendipitous things that you might find. And again, chance favors the connected mind. You're increasing the density of your connections, so you're increasing your chances of good stuff happening, serendipity, synchronicity, discoveries, insights, etc.